What's going on, guys? My name is Nick. This is Film Quest. Today we're watching Night of the Living Dead. This movie, directed by George Romero, is basically the movie that it didn't invent zombies, but it gives us our modern day interpretation of a zombie. At least that's my understanding. I've never actually seen this movie. I know it was like a low budget, just filmed in black and white in the late 60s. I think they was like well into the color era. And it became a cult classic and changed the way that everybody looks at zombies, or even if zombies were a thing but not entirely popular, this popularized zombies and spawned the umpteenth remakes and imitations and video games about zombies. It all started with this movie. So having said all that, again, I've not seen this movie, so I don't even really have an opinion on it. I've wanted to see this for a long time. It's just never happened. Now I think it's Halloween and I'm doing this thing that I'm doing, so the perfect time to sit down and actually watch it. So without further ado, Night of the Living Dead. Well, I can tell this was shot very cheaply. You could just the quality of the footage. Wow. Oh, we got our first zombie here.
Hey, I mean, praying's for church, huh? Come on.
Somebody walking aimlessly.
I haven't seen you in church lately. Stop it! You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're acting like a child.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a zombie.
They're coming for you. Look, they're coming.
Oh! Oh no! She's dead. Oh, did he get? Ooh, did he got bit? Did he get bit? Oh, did he get his head hit? So, just left him to die. All right. He had the keys. Oh, they're using weapons. That's interesting. Okay, the keys were in there. What? I'm highly... Oh no, she's just rolling. She's just rolling down the hill. She took the brake off. I mean, you're gonna stop eventually. You might want to... You might want to get out and run. Oh, now you boxed yourself... Yeah. Now you boxed yourself in. Yeah, I can feel the low budget of this movie. We've got one zombie. Just have to imagine there's more. Oh, that made my heart jump a little bit. That got me just a little bit there. Screw this clothesline. So I'm assuming society has already collapsed and they just didn't know because they were driving to this graveyard. Yeah, phone lines are down. I don't know if it's the black and white. Oh, there we go. More zombies. I don't know if it's the black and white, but I can't really see much makeup on them. Oh! There's where the budget went. She's just gonna pass out. Didn't he just start communicating here? Need some help. Need some help. Come on. Come on. What's she got here? Oh, it's blood. She's just gonna turn into a mute. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Yeah, don't get the other one. Get the other one. Hello. Okay. All right. All right. Gonna need you to lay it in a little bit more. A little bit more believable. Come on. She's just gonna die off screen. Oh, thank God. Yeah, come on, but come on. Oh ho ho. There's another one. Oh ho ho ho. Oh. Oh God. Yep. There we go. Yeah, too many to take now. You gotta run. That's a weird shot. So, okay, so they don't like fire. That checks out. Got the barring the doorway. Check. Yeah, well, you've got power.
Why don't you see if you can find some wood, some boards, something about the fireplace.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That's a good idea. Frustratingly useless, yeah. Like, come on. What's that? Oh. A music box? It's an interesting shot. I wonder if it's gonna be these two the whole movie, or if there's more survivors. So I'm under the impression most of this movie takes place in this house. Or on this property at least. Yeah, she found some wood. Jesus, she almost looks like a zombie the way she's moving around.
There, this room looks pretty secure.
Some passage of time.
If we have to, we can run.
They're afraid.
They're afraid of fire. I found that out.
Oh, okay. How long has this been going on for?
A gasoline truck came screaming right across the road. But there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it.
Oh, that must have been where they got the opening to Resident Evil 2.
Those things were catching up to it.
It's a great way we don't have a budget to talk about, like, awesome things happening like that. Like, big budget sequences you can't
Slammed on my brakes.
show. It's just kind of telling the story.
We were riding in the cemetery,
She speaks.
Johnny and me. We didn't have any.
Oh, you're not making much sense, but, you know, baby steps. We're getting there.
And it's hot in here. Hot.
Oh, did she get bit?
We have to wait for Johnny.
Oh, he's dead. He's so dead.
Maybe we better go out and get him. We have
You
to go
left
out
him
and get
behind.
Johnny.
He dead.
He's out there. No! My brother is not dead!
Denial. It's not just a river in Egypt. Oh, what the heck? I mean... She just pass out, or... She bitten.
The slayings. It seems to be a sudden, general explosion of mass homicide. We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say
I wonder
they
if they're
are
gonna
ordinary
explain
people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of
what's
trance.
causing him to do
Others
this.
describe them as being
Like, is it a virus, or is that something that comes later in the zombie myth?
so. At this point, there is no reporters have been able to get from official sources. It's from private citizens.
Oh, if they break in, you can get fire on them real quick. That's smart.
Outside for any reason until the safest course of action at this time is simply to stay
What's he going out for? To get him, keep him off the truck?
Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C.
Feel bad for this dude. He's got to do all the work.
The presidential conference, which we've just mentioned, will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Oh, that's interesting.
What kind of murder-happy characters we have here. End quote. Police Chief Dunmore.
Cigarette break.
Several home near Gulfport. Since then, reports of such senseless killings began snowballing in a reign of terror which has hopscotched in an erratic, disconnected manner.
So it's been going on for a few days.
Have determined that none of this kind of massacre
Well, you get yourself a gun and ammo now.
Mississippi River, except in the extreme southeastern portion of Texas.
Survival chances
Similar killings
improved.
have been reported around. Imagine such a thing actually happening, but these are the reports we have been receiving and
Oh,
passing
yeah,
on to
that
you.
door.
Reports which
Somebody's
have
in?
been
Somebody in here?
verified as completely as is possible.
Oh, oh. They're alive at least.
This time, however,
How long you guys been down there? I could use some help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
Yeah, right.
You mean you didn't hear
Could have meant those things were in the house afterward.
and you wouldn't come up and help?
Well,
Hell
there
no.
were more. The rackets are. We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things.
Yeah, they
came after
seem
this
strong.
lousy pile of wood. The kids hurt.
Oh,
Well, I still think
the,
we're better off up here.
the infiltrator.
We could. You're really crazy. You know that? You got
Really
a million
boxing
windows
yourself
up.
in down there,
All these
too.
windows, you're gonna, or even 10. There's gonna be 20, 30, maybe 100 of those things.
Yeah,
As soon as they know we're here,
not-
this place is gonna be crawling with them.
Not
Then that minute they'll probably
unconvincing an argument.
Look, Cooper, but down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did
Yeah,
get
that's
in,
my point,
there'll
too.
be no back exit here if we have to. And we got windows to see what's going on
That's
outside.
very true. Yeah.
But down,
Death trap.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there.
I think he's right.
Yeah, the
You know how many's out
risk
there?
outweighs the reward.
Maybe 6 or 7.
Look, it looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
There's more than there were.
Yeah, they are stretching their budget out, and it's like surprisingly compelling for how little they can. Oh God, how little they can show. Yeah, that got me. Oof. Only they had. oh. If only they had like the budget for some good Foley. Don't want to do it. It's loud. It's loud. Oh. Yeah, you gotta aim for the head.
Harry, what's happening?
Don't lose the gun. Don't lose the gun. There you go. Headshots. Headshots. Oh.
I'm fighting for everything up here, and the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now, if you're going down the
Oh,
cellar
gotta
again,
work together. Gotta work together. You stand a better chance.
We've got to have.
it is tough for the kid. That old man is so stupid. Now,
Damn, they
what the
call him
hell down in the
stupid
cellar?
like 6
You be
different
the boss
ways.
down there. I'm boss up here.
Mayor of St. Ubintown.
Bastards.
Well,
Oh,
safe now.
they're gonna be stuck down there with a zombie kid.
Let them.
You're gonna run out of food and die down here.
Can get in up there.
So they tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon?
Everybody speaking sense, man.
I'll take good care of her, Helen.
Oh, jeez.
She's all I have.
Don't turn now and kill this poor woman. Damn, everybody's got cigarettes. Did she turn into a zombie? Why is this camera's panning on her so weird? Oh. Wait. She doesn't like
afraid of me.
the fire she's scared of. Does she get bit? She turning?
Ridiculous.
First began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind
Oh,
locked doors
dear.
for safety. Well, that situation has now changed. We're with it. Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale murders we're now suffering?
Oh, that's an interesting
Newsman
way to
Don
explain it
Quinn
away.
in Washington has
Not
closed
confirming
those
anything,
questions.
though.
Our best move is to try to get out of here.
Between the
I mean, it's the 60s, right? It's like radiation. That's causing it.
thought we decided that was the satellite?
It's kind of a product of the time it was in.
Cooper now.
But why do you have to go out there?
Look, I know how to handle that truck.
Somebody has
and I
to.
can handle the pump. Ben doesn't know anything.
Oh, I'd like to leave. Yes.
So weird. She's so scared she turned dumb. Like, really dumb. One last look at each other before he dies. This guy's gonna chicken out or something, cause them to be trapped out there. I feel it coming. Ooh, don't catch the truck on fire. Oh, that guy earned his paycheck. Oh, don't screw this up. What the fuck are you doing? Seriously? In the head, fool! In the head! Got any more Molotovs? Quickly, quickly, quickly now.
Come on! This key won't work.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
What's the torch?
Oh, no! Oh. You morons.
Gotta get out of the truck!
Oh, God.
Come on, come on.
Oh, don't freeze now. Come on. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, no. What are they gonna do now? In the head! Oh, no. He's not gonna let him in. Come on, dude! You have plenty of time. Show some goddamn courage. There you go. Oh, what the hell are they gonna do now? What the hell? You came eventually, dude. Come on, man. At least they burned. Oh, ugh. Oh, God. At least it's cooked. Oh, wishbone.
One of those things grabbed her.
Hit her on the arm.
Oh, yeah, well, you know,
What's wrong?
that's
Knows
unfortunate.
what kind of disease those things carry.
The disease is turning them into them,
Barely. Where's the keys?
and they aren't far.
a car? Where?
Has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow
There
to
we
the
go.
skull.
Yeah.
Officials are quoted as explaining that since the brain of a ghoul has been activated by
I
the
gotta call them
radiation,
ghouls and not zombies.
kill the so long as the heavy radiation.
Oh, it cut the power. Finally happened.
Fuse box in the cellar?
Gun.
Haven't you had enough?
He who has the gun makes the rules. Group's already fracturing. Make your move now. Oh god, he's gonna die trying to get the gun from him. Oh, he shot him. Oh crap. Alrighty then, that's killing each other now. Now there's only two of you. One of you. Yeah. That are useful anyway. You gonna die to your kid down there? This all just got out of hand very quickly. Oh, he's just gonna die at her foot. You gonna do something? You gonna do something? Finally. Oh. Oh, come on.
Oh, baby.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, die into your loved one turned. Check. Oh. Is this Johnny? Yeah, it's Johnny. Oh dear. Yeet. Oh, now he goes down in there. Not a good idea. Oh, nice place here. Oh. That's not gonna hold very long at all. Ugh. Yeah. Yep, she's coming back too. You might well leave one for yourself there, sir. It's more than you can imagine. Oh no, these are the people hunting them. They've made it over. It's just one night and they get it under control. Oh, he's still alive. Well, maybe it was a good idea to lock up down there. Chalk that one up to a big oof.
Nick, Tony, Steve, you want to
They're gonna mistake him for a zombie and kill him.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes.
Ah, yep.
Good.
Well, I guess he deserved that. All right, Night of the Living Dead. That was a really good movie. It's something that they kind of moved away from when they started making zombies fast, right? It's not that the zombies themselves that are scary. It's the dread of being locked in of a place and not being able to get out because these things are so numerous. Like, yes, they're slow, but they're so numerous that you can't outrun them no matter how hard you try, and then you end up just holding yourself up in a place until they inevitably break in. That's where all of the tension comes from that really makes this film work, and it's something that they just kind of forget sometimes with zombie movies by making them fast, in my opinion. I definitely see how this became a cult classic. Like every identifiable thing that we know about a zombie, a modern day zombie, started with this film. Shooting them in the head to kill them. They eat flesh. They just started rising from the dead. The being infected, when you're bitten, you turn into one of them. So many things and tropes of the zombie like film genre that aren't even tropes at this point because it just hadn't been done really, is it's like holding yourself up, just a ragtag group of survivors arguing over who's in charge and what they should do to best survive. That, coupled with the tension of being stuck someplace, is what gives this film its legs, and makes it something really memorable. Like a story you can tell with almost no money. You just need a bunch of extras to walk around and look vaguely zombie-like. They had a few good looking like makeup designs in there, it looked like, but a lot of them were just people just kind of looking like zombies. You really didn't have to go all in, especially when you're filming them from a distance. Really glad I took the time to watch this movie. This is a movie of the 60s, the 50s and 60s, like the atomic age. So of course they explain it away as at least possible radiation from space that has caused this. I think it's interesting. This might be something somebody may have taken it to the next level where it actually leads to the collapse of society. This one is like literally the night of the living dead. It looked like that within a day they're well on their way to figuring it out and getting control of it. I guess in future movies it would come to the point where it happens so quickly and it's so widespread that society just collapses, and then you're stuck with your ragtag group of survivors. Wow, this was very, very fun to watch. I generally, as myself, like I like older films. I'm kind of a history nerd, so the history of film is something that really intrigues me too, and it's cool to go back and see the start of something in film like this, like Night of the Living Dead and Dracula, how Dracula started the modern day way that we see vampires. It's very, very cool. All right, so we're just gonna go into some fun facts about the movie because I do like learning more about it after I've watched it. I bought the Criterion 4K release of this, and I think it's got a bunch of extras I'm gonna have to check out. But the first thing is this originally was an idea for an alien comedy. That's interesting. Okay, so they wanted to make it a space comedy, but the budget really wouldn't allow for what they wanted to do, so they had to make something different. George Romero was heavily inspired by I Am Legend. Okay, so Russo came up with the flesh-eating concept, and Romero went to work pairing it with a story. He basically ripped off I Am Legend, so I know that there's a Will Smith I Am Legend movie, I think. I guess that's an adaptation of a story. Huh, so I'll have to check out I Am Legend and see what that is exactly that he ripped off. Dwayne Jones rewrote his character's dialogue. He was originally supposed to be an angry, rough truck driver with crude dialogue to reflect that. That's interesting. So when he came on, he began revising the dialogue. As I recall, I believe that Dwayne himself upgraded his own dialogue to reflect how he felt the character should present himself. Okay, that's interesting. It's there's so many stories of an actor coming in and just completely changing a character with their performance and then even riffing on their dialogue a bit. Fake blood was made on the cheap. So the budget of this film was less than $150,000, which meant everything had to be created cheaply. Okay, so since it was black and white, they never had to worry about the color of the blood. So they used chocolate syrup in some cases. Wow, that's cool. That's ingenuity right there. That's a good idea. Because that's like the viscosity of blood. For the scene in which Karen Cooper begins eating her father's corpse, the crew's leftover lunch was employed. Very cool. Yeah, I did notice there's a nude ghoul in this. It caused a spectator scene on set. Yeah, they're called ghouls in this movie. They're never actually referred to as zombies. Would have woken up. Okay, so it's reasoning that at least some of the ghouls would have woken up in the morgue and walked away naked. The crew opted for a single living dead extra to be nude on camera and enlisted a local artist model for the job. When word spread that the production planned a nude scene during one of its night shoots, local residents apparently decided they wanted to have a look. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that happening. The night they filmed The Nude Ghoul, all of Evans City found out about it. They had their own lawn chair set up around the edges of the property. Judith Ridley, who played Judy, said it was funny to see the rest of the zombies trying to keep their eyes elsewhere instead of looking down at the obvious places on the nude one. Yeah, I can see how they make things a little awkward on set. 3 different crew members accidentally set themselves on fire during filming. Yeah, I'd imagine they would have, especially if the film made this cheaply. To add to the realism of the zombie attack scenes, both Russo and actor Bill Hinsman, who played the iconic cemetery ghoul in the opening sequence, volunteered to be set on fire. Russo was lit on fire during the scene where the survivors are throwing makeshift Molotov cocktails at the undead, so that's probably the guy that earned his money, while Hinsman poured lighter fluid on his suit so he could be lit during the scene in which Ben wards off the ghoul with a torch. In both cases, everything went according to plan, but one fire was started by accident. Okay. For the scene in which Ben sets a chair on fire to distract the ghouls, crew member Gary Striner volunteered to coat the prop with gasoline. Everything went fine for the first take, but when it came time to give it a second try, Striner ran into trouble when he tried to add more gasoline. I just went over and started to pour gas on, and the liquid found a hot ember somewhere, and a flame just came up into the container I'm holding in my hand, he said. I jumped back, and all of a sudden I'm on fire. Wow, that must have been crazy. Hinsman came to the rescue and extinguished the flame before Striner was seriously hurt. It's good to hear. George Romero and John Russo both made cameos. So the Night of the Living Dead's co-creators make cameo appearances in the film. Russo played one of the ghouls who managed to reach into the farmhouse only to be struck with a tire iron. Oh wow. While Romero can be seen in the Washington DC sequence as a reporter. I wondered if they did something like that. A lot of these small budget movies kind of do that in a way to kind of get people, you know, especially when you just need people. Dwayne Jones fought against an alternate ending that would have saved Ben. One of the film's most famous elements is its grim ending in which Ben, having survived the night, is shot by the sheriff's zombie hunting posse and thrown on the fire. At one point, a happier ending for the film was considered, but Jones fought it and won. I convinced George that the black community would rather see me dead than saved after all that had gone on in a corny, symbolically confusing way, Jones said. Huh, interesting. The heroes never die in American movies. The jolt of that and the double jolt of the hero being black seemed like a double-barreled whammy. Interesting. Yeah, especially in a more tumultuous time too, like the late 60s and mid 60s even at that time when this was probably being filmed. Huh. Night of the Living Dead is in the public domain because of an error in the credits. Really? Night of the Living Dead might be the most famous public domain movie of all time, but it was never intended to be. The Walter Reed organization, which distributed the film, wanted to release it under the title Night of the Flesh Eaters, but lawyers representing the makers of 1964's The Flesh Eaters threatened a lawsuit, so the title was changed to Night of the Living Dead. It's just a better title, I think. It just sounds more iconic some way. Maybe that's just because of the movie. Now, when the title changed, though, copyright notices were not added to the opening titles or to the end credits. Though the filmmakers have fought it in federal court, the film is still in the public domain. Wow. That's crazy. Night of the Living Dead's creators sanctioned both a remake and a revision of the original, but neither film was well received. Okay, so I know that in 1990, Russo, Romero, and the other collaborators from the original film reteamed to remake Night of the Living Dead with the hope that the project would help shore up their original copyright claims. Russo produced, Romero revised the original script, and makeup effects wizard Tom Savini, I know him, who would have worked on the original film had he not been serving in Vietnam at the time. Really? Oh, that's cool. Was brought in to direct. The film features a strong cast, including Tony Todd as Ben, and more sophisticated makeup effects, but failed to reach the classic status of its predecessor. Then, in 1998, Russo, Hinsman, Hardman, and actor-producer Russ Striner, who played Johnny, decided to revisit the film for its 30th anniversary. Inspired by the Star Wars special editions, Russo wrote and filmed new scenes for the project, including an origin story for the cemetery ghoul. The effort was not well received. As for Romero, though he wasn't involved, he reported no bad blood between himself and his former colleagues. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, remakes are wishy-washy at best in most cases. It's unfortunate they couldn't really capture the magic they did with this first one. It was filmed outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, outside. Shot in 1967, and did it release in Okay, it came out in 1960. Okay, that makes sense. House where the characters defend themselves from the undead was set for demolition, giving the crew free reign to alter it as needed. Oh, that's a fantastic way to do whatever you want, not have to clean everything up. Because in films, you gotta, like, if you're using a set from somewhere, you have to leave it just as you found it, like literally just as you found it. So it's cool that they were able to just, yeah, it's getting demolished anyway, do what you want. Romero chose to shoot it on 35mm black and white film. Night of the Living Dead is known for its stylized black and white cinematographic style. Believe it or not, Romero choice to shoot it on colorless 35mm film came out of necessity. It's what he could afford. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make that decision easy. The use of 35mm black and white film gives Night of the Living Dead a tense, on-the-ground documentary approach. Watching the movie feels like watching old newsreels. Romero's use of grainy 35mm also inspired the dirty look and feel of subsequent exploitation movies. Yeah, it's interesting, because I don't even know if this had a theatrical release, but it was in 4:3 aspect ratio, too, and not the traditional, like, 16:9. Which I believe was pretty standard at this point in time. Dwayne Jones is the first black actor cast as the main character in a horror movie. Wow. Mortician's wax was used for wounds and decaying flesh. Okay. Marilyn Eastman supervised Night of the Living Dead special effects. Some of the undead makeup consisted of white foundation and darkened eyes, but Mortician's wax was used for wounds and decaying flesh. The costume for cast all came from either thrift stores or personal collections. The budget for these props was minimal. Oh. Wow, so that's a lot of interesting facts about this movie. It's cool to see the ingenuity that goes into making something like this, especially when you're limited by budget and probably time and just the decisions that are made that end up being great decisions that are just out of necessity more than planning. It's very cool. But anyways, guys, that's it for me on this one. Like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a bunch. Thank you to everyone that does. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.